Hi, this is Courtney McGee with Fusion Video. I'm here with Reta Lewis, and we are here at the DC mayoral debates for the nominees. And I just wanted to ask you about your vision and a little bit about what your biggest contribution would be to the District of Columbia.
You know what? Being the next mayor is so important because I believe we're in a change election. And in this change election, it is going to be about, do we really want more of the same or do we move towards the future?
Right.
And my candidacy is about the people of the District of Columbia, making sure that they are involved in the process, included in the process, and that things don't happen to them. And so my vision, the way I would lead, is to make sure that DC becomes a city for everyone, meaning that whether it's in housing, whether it's in healthcare, whether it's in education, that we have a fair distribution of all of our assets and resources throughout our communities.
So how do you see taxes for the District of Columbia?
You know, one of the things is that everyone in this community and all over the world are struggling to make ends meet. And no one's looking to raise taxes any higher than what's already occurring in a city like DC that has a $1.5 billion surplus. We should be really looking at the resources that we currently have in our budget and how are we going to be able to disperse them, not only of keeping them for the rainy day, but how do we actually take what we have and make smart decisions to move forward in communities, to really spread out programs and agenda items that allows us to work with our youth, to get them prepared for the job market, to work with our private sectors, to make sure that our residents have the skills and the training that they need, to really look at where we're going to put financial resources around affordable housing and around kids who have a greater need. And so for me, as it relates to, we need to really work with our small businesses to make sure that our small and medium and minority-sized businesses, to make sure that they have all the resources they need to grow, because we know that they grow 4 and 2 times faster than the national average. And we all know that the private sector is the one that creates jobs. It's not going to be about government. And so we want to make sure that whatever we do is fair and equitable and distributed throughout all of our communities.
Great. How do you feel about sequestration? How do you feel that sequestration has affected the District of Columbia, be it jobs or taxes, everything coming into the new year, especially 2014?
Well, Courtney, I would tell you that we saw with sequestration that we lost over 7,000 jobs. And so we cannot depend on federal government any longer. It has to be about us as the next mayor, calling the stakeholders together to talk about how we can work with the private sector, how we can work with our community leaders, how we can work with all facets and all sectors and all industries and all companies about how we're going to diversify. How can DC really become a capital that we are really training our workers and making sure that the jobs are there being created in the private sector. And so as the mayor, in the relationships that I've had as the executive at the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, having been an executive at the highest level in the State Department, one of the things that I wanted to always make sure was working with the private sector and working with industry to make sure that as we are talking about commerce and trade, that they are there as our partner. And as the next mayor of the District of Columbia, I would make sure that not only do I possess the qualifications and the skills, but I do have the networks and the relationships in order to bring all of these parties to the table and to work with the groups.
Yes, because there's so many different levels throughout. So, okay. Thank you so much.